Hey guys, Fearless Starcraft here, giving you this 1 versus 1. This was sent in by none other than bDbFreshness of the team Bounding Balls. Let's bring up the little nameplate here, and he's going up against CronoOne, Blue Terran. This is on Slag Pits. Don't like this map, but we'll deal with it for now. So, Freshness from Bounding Balls. I think I've casted a game of his once, maybe. I don't know if it's on my YouTube little profile, but yeah, I've done it. Just gonna follow this little scouting probe around while I talk about stuff. So, got some feedback from a previous cast, and yeah, gonna try and fix that in this cast. Talk with a little bit more energy, and just have a good time. So, I know I still don't have sound. Working on that. Hopefully, I'll have that up by this weekend. I'm gonna work on getting Windows 7 finally. I know I don't have it because I'm a poor motherfucker, but once I get that, there should be some sound going on. Yeah, should be good. Should be good stuff. So, everything's looking pretty standard. Let's just not follow this guy for a second. Let's go over to CronoOne. CronoOne, let's see what we got here. We got a standard opener, walling off with a barracks, getting gas. Sounds like a plan. Freshness, going with gateway, walling off as well, with some gas too. Looking good. They both went the complete wrong way to each other, so Freshness sent out a scout first. He's going to see his opponent. Tries a little harass, but the barracks is already completed. Got a Marine on the way. He's ready to kick some ass, kill some probe. Probe just wants to survive. He's got some anger issues, though. He's not a normal probe. He doesn't just scout. He likes to kick some ass, then head home. Got this SCV finishing the wall off here, as well as the cybernetics core finishing the soft wall off for Freshness. If I haven't brought this up already, bDb, the clan name, actually stands for Bounding Balls. Bounding Balls. Team Bounding Balls. And if you don't know what Bounding Balls are, they're those little Chinese, I want to say, metal meditation balls that you just kind of rock in your hands, you know? I mean, like a lot of people calm down a lot when they've got a big pair of metal balls just in their hand and they're just kind of like running through there. And I actually got that for him for Christmas one year, and I don't know, I just felt like being an asshole and giving him a terrible, terrible gift. So I got him those Bounding Balls, and looks like they worked out in the end because he has a team named after it. The team is not sponsored by himself. You know, it's pretty hardcore. They've won 0 out of 0 tournaments, but you know, that's what happens. So Freshness is getting a little sneaky. He's got a probe in this area here. It's general vicinity where you can't see anything. Let's see what happens with that. The units tab, we've got more probes. Freshness has a lot more harvesters, but the ability to Terran to call down mules is helping out quite a lot. If we look at CronoOne, we see the 1-1-1 build going on. However, he has 2 tech labs. He has a tech lab on his barracks and a tech lab on his factory. So I don't know if he's going to swap that out or if he's just going to chill there, because he hasn't built anything. He hasn't researched anything either. So it's kind of just a waste of resources at the beginning of the game if he just sits it there. That's not what I would call good Terran gameplay. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That tech lab should be there because I don't know. Actually, if I'm just going out on a limb, he could be doing that because he knows he saw Freshness, his little probe, peeking up. So maybe he wants to confuse him by going, oh yeah, I'm going MMM, but really he's going 1-1-1. That sounds more probable than anything else. Freshness is going a 3-gate robo build. It's warp gate technology finished at a decent time. And yeah, he's got some good saturation going on in his main base. Robo facility just finished. He's got an observer out. Wants to keep scouting up because and you're denied access, you want to know what's happening. He could be going 1-1-1 for a fast Banshee. He's not, but he already has siege mode out, and he's got a second tank on the way, which is kind of scary. Indeed it is. Pretty much, I don't know. Freshness isn't going the standard build I'd go. It's actually not standard. It's completely not standard. It's like the opposite of standard, which is... Okay, he's moving out to take his expansion. When you go against Terran, just build a bunch of gateways. Oh, we have got a siege tank drop going on. This is going to be pretty exciting, because this spot here is a good thing to take advantage of. Oh, the observer spotted it, and he is denying access. Or is he? Cannon right on the middle of those stalkers. 2 hits, they're still up. Medevac is almost dead, so he decides to pull back. Look at the units lost tab. Nothing has happened so far. So that was a pretty intense engagement. But, I mean, we got some hull damage taken by these stalkers. But other than that, surprisingly ineffective. Nobody did anything. So, cool. Go back to the production tab. We saw those siege tanks, so immortals are coming out. He did not construct that Robo Bay because Colossi are not too great against tanks. First immortal is out. We got a Twilight Council. See, this is what I would do if I was playing against Terran. A bunch of gateways and charge lots, because Terran has no counter for Zealot. None. Not even. No, you could say Marauders, but no. Sorry. You should watch my earlier videos. I have like 30 Zealots with charge. Sorry, bro. GG. So we got a scouting probe down here. I don't know if he's looking for possible drops, anything. We got our observer just right in the front of CronoOne's base, and ooh, we had a pylon that was dropped over here. Okay, so we got a Banshee on the way, actually, from CronoOne, and he is not researching Cloaking Field. However, I would not be surprised because he got a tech lab out, and why would you build... I mean, Banshees do a lot of damage, okay, that's fair, but why would you build just like a Banshee without Cloak? That's lame. That'd be just lame. Alright, so we do have Stim on the way finally. It took a little while, but we got Stim on the way. Marine is testing the waters with his army composition. It's the equivalent of dipping your toe in the pool instead of just jumping in with your entire army, which would probably be obliterated at this point. I mean, maybe good force field use and the Immortals counter those tanks. I wouldn't be surprised. So, we got another one. Alright, so we look at the units lost now, and bam, clear indicator of the outcome of this game. Both players are getting their expansion at roughly the same time. 11-minute mark. Yeah, not late at all. We do have an attack, though, coming in from... Fuck, what the fuck did I click that for? From CronoOne. He's got his tanks that are coming into position. If this was scouted, they would have been taken out immediately. We got the Banshees coming in. They don't have Cloak, though, so they're there purely for good looks. Alright, Freshness is not sure what to do. He's trying to get a good position on these. However, the tanks are completely just stopping them from doing that. We got some Stalkers on the ridge up here. Without any visibility, I mean... Without any visibility, that's going to be a pretty good area for Freshness to take. So we got some Immortals coming in. They're taking out 2 tanks. Are done. Force field dropping off, blocking the Marines from effectively moving. And we pull back. So we've taken heavy losses. Freshness has taken heavy losses, a lot more than his opponent. However, with some micro from these Immortals, these Stalkers should be able to take out these Marines no problem. And we got Blink, Stalker, Micro. Blink is what he researched instead of Charge. The tanks are moving in without any support from Marines. This, I don't think, will be very effective at all, especially with 2 Immortals still up. Banshees are moving in. We got some reinforcements from Marines. 4 of them. This is a tight... This is a tough place for Freshness to be in. However, he's got some reinforcements on that line up there, and he might just have to let this pylon and this forge go. 3 opponents coming out. He's got his... making it 6 total warp gates and another Immortal on the way. So unless his opponent can successfully reinforce this quickly, and I don't think he can, he's just streaming units down here 3 at a time, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, surprisingly. I mean, yep, we got a Blink right on the tank. Takes out the first one. 2 tanks and a bunch of Marines. His second group charges in, focus fires down the Banshee, and there are no more tanks. These Stalkers with proper micro are going to be able to take out these Marines no problem. Got some more warping in, and that is that for CronoOne. We look at the Units Lost tab, it favors CronoOne very heavily, but if you look at the Units tab, that does not favor CronoOne at all. 2 Immortals, 10 Stalkers can make quick work of 6 Marines, 2 Siege Tanks, and a Banshee at the base. So although he has taken his expansion, he has realized he's behind on macro. His opponent has 6 gateways, whereas CronoOne just sticking with the 1-1-1 with an extra barracks. He's trying to drop a couple barracks and a factory to get back on track. However, Freshness, yeah, that's weird grammar, is moving in with what looks to be just a superior force, and he's going to take him out. Would not be surprised. He's warping in a Stalker at the pylon. Ooh. This is not good for CronoOne. Taking out the workers at the expansion first. However, okay, so we got the Marines moving back to take them out, and at the same time, Stalkers are coming in, and they are taking out these tanks. Not a good position for CronoOne to be in. He's literally lost all of his defenses. His expansion is no longer mining. He's taken a third, but, I mean, he hasn't yet taken a third. And the enemy is literally knocking on his door. Warping in some reinforcements. Yeah, this is not looking good. CronoOne calls the GG, and that is it for the game. Some pretty intense gameplay there. This was a shorter game, both on, was it 2 base? It was a timing attack with what? That was not even a timing attack. He just moved in with a few siege tanks and a couple Banshees without cloak. If he had cloak, I think the game would have turned out a bit differently. I don't think he had this observer up at the same time. Yeah, wait, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He had the observer, but it was in his opponent's base. It would have been able to do some more damage. So it might not have changed the outcome very much, but I don't know, it was worth having. Look at how many resources he had. Just spend it on cloak. Christ. Okay, he had it. Apparently he had it. He just didn't use it. Whatever, CronoOne. So, Freshness pulled out some great control on his units and was able to take down a superior force. It was basically knocking on his front door and hammering his expansion down. I think the positioning of siege tanks was good in the beginning. The way they moved up, though, and without any support from Marines, was not good at all. And yeah, so in this game, although they played with Freshness, macro was better. The micro was close, but he went out in the end. I got 2 more from Freshness, and I'm going to cast soon. Hopefully I'm going to get sound up, in-game sound up, pretty soon as well. Hopefully by the end of this weekend. Yeah, in the meantime, hope you enjoyed the show. This replay, it's not a show, and take it easy.